With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy, blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 3 of 4.
Etc.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The law of love calls for the devotion of body, mind, and soul to the service of God and our fellow men. And this service, while making us a blessing to others, brings the greatest blessing to ourselves. Please continue watching for more uplifting insights from the co-founder of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Ellen G. White, vegetarian.
We are feeding our bodies the rotting flesh of another animal and labeling it essential health food. We've been taught to feel okay about this, and in most instances, even good about it. Everything our bodies need to thrive is found abundantly in plants. Isn't it strange? Most people don't even realize there is protein in plants. Kathy Freston, vegan.
You welcome to Palestine.
Thank you.
O Gaza, count your blessings, make peace, love the living.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
You are welcome in my house.
Uruguay's cultural sites and pristine coastal destinations, as well as the friendly, laid-back atmosphere, makes it a great place to travel. When the kind locals help prepare a delicious vegan meal for you, try saying "Muchas gracias," which means "Thank you very much" in Spanish, the official language of Uruguay. I am Fernando. The peaceful Uruguayans appreciate all that you do to try and make this world a better place. Especially your vegan lifestyle, which is love in action for all beings.
Esta marcha marca un antes y un después en la protección de animales en Cuba y la considero como un hecho histórico.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. French Polynesia is one of them. French Polynesia Penal Code. The unnecessary serious maltreatment towards any domestic, tame, or captive animal person is punishable by 2 years imprisonment and a fine of 30,000 euros.
Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
Welcome to Knowledge of God from Education by Ellen G. White, Vegetarian, Part 2 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. Ellen G. White, Vegetarian, one of the co-founders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, was born in Maine, USA in 1827. From the age of 17, she received numerous prophetic visions from God, which came to her throughout her life. These visions, through her divinely inspired writings, would form an integral part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church principles relating to Scripture, health, education, and many other topics. As a woman of God, her hope was that her writings would help people understand God's love and the teachings of the Holy Bible. In 1863, she was shown a vision that humans should return to the plant-based diet of the Garden of Eden. The physical and spiritual benefits of this diet, the dangers of intoxicants, as well as other health issues. This became the inspiration for the Seventh-day Adventist Healthcare Program, which now has medical centers serving communities worldwide. In her book, The Ministry of Healing, she states as follows: "The moral evils of a flesh diet are not less marked than are the physical ills. Flesh food is injurious to health, and whatever affects the body has a corresponding effect on the mind and the soul. Think of the cruelty to animals that meat eating involves. How it destroys the tenderness with which we should regard these creatures of God." She was also a renowned religious writer, author, and speaker. During her lifetime, she wrote 40 books and thousands of articles. Her most notable works include The Great Controversy, Steps to Christ, Education, and The Ministry of Healing.
Russia, go home.
Make peace now. Your gifted life, has it been in vain? Do something now in deep repent. Just go enjoy all your privilege. Pray God, and to even hell devils, to spare you pain.
Let us continue with selections from Ellen G. White's book, Education, where she expounds on why love is the basis of true education. First principles. Source and aim of true education. Love, the basis of creation and of redemption, is the basis of true education. This is made plain in the law that God has given as the guide of life. The first and great commandment is, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind." To love Him, the Infinite, the Omniscient One, with the whole strength and mind and heart, means the highest development of every power. It means that in the whole being, the body, the mind, as well as the soul, the image of God is to be restored. Like the first is the second commandment, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The law of love calls for the devotion of body, mind, and soul to the service of God and our fellow men. And this service, while making us a blessing to others, brings the greatest blessing to ourselves. Unselfishness underlies all true development. Through unselfish service, we receive the highest culture of every faculty. More and more fully do we become partakers of the divine nature. We are fitted for heaven, for we receive heaven into our hearts. Since God is the source of all true knowledge, it is, as we have seen, the first object of education to direct our minds to His own revelation of Himself. Adam and Eve received knowledge through direct communion with God, and they learned of Him through His works. All created things, in their original perfection, were an expression of the thought of God. To Adam and Eve, nature was teeming with divine wisdom. But by transgression, man was cut off from learning of God through direct communion, and, to a great degree, through His works. The earth, marred and defiled by sin, reflects but dimly the Creator's glory. It is true that His object lessons are not obliterated. Upon every page of the great volume of His created works may still be traced His handwriting. Nature still speaks of her Creator, yet these revelations are partial and imperfect, and in our fallen state, with weakened powers and restricted vision, we are incapable of interpreting aright. We need the fuller revelation of Himself that God has given in His written word. The Holy Scriptures are the perfect standard of truth, and as such should be given the highest place in education. To obtain an education worthy of the name, we must receive a knowledge of God, the Creator, and of Christ, the Redeemer, as they are revealed in the sacred word. Every human being, created in the image of God, is endowed with a power akin to that of the Creator. Individuality, power to think and to do. The men in whom this power is developed are the men who bear responsibilities, who are leaders in enterprise, and who influence character. It is the work of true education to develop this power, to train the youth to be thinkers, and not mere reflectors of others' men's thought. Instead of confining their study to that which men have said or written, let students be directed to the sources of truth, to the vast fields open for research in nature and revelation. Let them contemplate the great facts of duty and destiny, and the mind will expand and strengthen. Instead of educated weaklings, institutions of learning may send forth men strong to think and to act, men who are masters and not slaves of circumstances, men who possess breadth of mind, clearness of thought, and the courage of their convictions. Such an education provides more than mental discipline. It provides more than physical training. It strengthens the character, so that truth and uprightness are not sacrificed to selfish desire or worldly ambition. It fortifies the mind against evil. Instead of some master passion becoming a power to destroy, every motive and desire are brought into conformity to the great principles of right. As the perfection of His character is dwelt upon, the mind is renewed, and the soul is recreated in the image of God. What education can be higher than this? What can equal it in value? It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. No mention shall be made of gems, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. Higher than the highest human thought can reach is God's ideal for His children. Godliness, godlikeness is the goal to be reached. Before the student, there is opened a path of continual progress. He has an object to achieve, a standard to attain that includes everything good and pure and noble. He will advance as fast and as far as possible in every branch of true knowledge. But his efforts will be directed to objects as much higher than mere selfish and temporal interests, as the heavens are higher than the earth. He who cooperates with the divine purpose in imparting to the youth a knowledge of God and molding the character into harmony with His, does a high and noble work. As he awakens a desire to reach God's ideal, he presents an education that is as high as heaven and as broad as the universe. An education that cannot be completed in his life, but that will be continued in the life to come. An education that secures to the successful student his passport from the preparatory school of earth to the higher grade, the school above. For more information, please visit Project Gutenberg or gutenberg.org.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses, no more hurting, no more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
I used to always call myself an animal lover, and it was even at one point where I thought I wanted to be a vet because I loved animals so much and I wanted to do whatever I could to help animals, but I never really made that connection to what was on my plate, to who those products were coming from. I never saw the process. I just grew up knowing this is food and that's it. I didn't think about the sentient creature that lost their life and had to suffer and die for me. So that's ultimately what led me to going vegan. Once I made all of those connections, it was pretty much like I'm now living aligned with my morals, because my morals were always vegan. I just didn't realize how my actions didn't match my morals.
So initially I turned vegan because of health. I was not well and my doctor told me to go vegan for a while. And when I turned vegan, I experienced amazing results. My energy levels rose like anything. And then after that I came to know about the cruelty aspect. And I was blown away. I didn't know that, the dairy cows go through so much pain and torture and death eventually because of us. Dairy cows die at the age of 7 because of us. The male cows are dead when they are born because of us. And all this blew my mind. I had sleepless nights all over. And that's where the turning point came, and I turned vegan forever and ever.
Turned vegan? Oh, you can't go to hell anymore.
Sorry, man.
no to vegan. Only people who are really religious choose it.
Fun-loving viewers, it was a joy to have your company for today's Words of Wisdom. Coming up next is the launch of Love is the Only Solution in the United States, Part 11 of 12, right after noteworthy news. May the heavenly light illuminate the noble and compassionate pathway through life for us all.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Műsoraink sok nyelvet tartalmaznak. Kérjük, tekintse meg itt suprememastertv.com/schedule és suprememastertv.com/WOW.